Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudoku and Puzzles. Myself Ashish, and today I'll be covering a video on a puzzle genre called Regional Yajilin. It's a loop category puzzle and the setter of this puzzle is Prasanna Seshadri. He is one of the quite interesting and very excellent author. So this puzzle has been taken from a contest from LMI Borders and Beyonds, where all the puzzles from the contest are constructed by Prasanna Seshadri, and there are two of each genres in the contest. So for example, the regional Yajilin that we'll be solving today is a smaller version of the puzzle from the contest. There is a bigger grid puzzle of the same genre too. So each genre has two grids in the contest. One is the smaller one and the bigger one. So we'll be solving a smaller regional Yajilin, maybe a easy one from the contest. So I would really suggest you to check out the contest page. Still you can download the puzzle PDF booklet and solve the puzzle leisurely. So it has some very amazing puzzles by Prasanna Seshadri. So coming on to the puzzle, according to the rules, we have to shade some cells black in the grid, right? So we have to shade some cells black in the grid in such a way that all the unshaded cells in the grid have to be passed by a single non-intersecting loop, right? So for example, if I this is the this is the this is the single non-intersecting loop, right? So you cannot intersect the loop, right? And loop cannot pass through a cell twice, just once, right? And the shaded cells, so if you shade a cell, the orthogonal four cells cannot be shaded. It means that there cannot be two shaded cells adjacent to each other in the grid. And the number in the grid in the region, so there are some regions with the numbers. So number in the region indicates number of shaded cells in the region, right? So if there are 0, it means there will be no shaded cells in this region. We can mark that with the green cells here, right? So if there is a 2 here, it means there will be 2 shaded cells in that region. And the region without a number can have any number of shaded cells including 0. So you can still have 0 shaded cells in that region if there is no number in it, right? So that is the puzzle. With that we will start to solve the puzzle. A few tricks I would like to explain is first thing is you have to mark the one cell away from the corner cells as not being the shaded cells, right? So if this is a shaded cell, then we know that the orthogonal cells will have to be unshaded, and then this cell will not be passed by any loop, right? If a loop goes inside, it cannot come out, right? So a cell away from the corner cell will always be unshaded, right? So let's see what else. So this is just a variation of a Yajilin puzzle. You might have seen our older video from our channel, a previous video that we have covered on the Yajilin. So you just can have a look at that video too to get some tricks and tips on how to solve a Yajilin puzzle faster. There might be some tricks that are used in this puzzle too, in this category, the regional Yajilin puzzle, right? So one of the trick that I have explained in my earlier video is you cannot at the edge, you cannot have two shaded cells with one cell away, right? So when you have a shaded cell at an edge, you need to unshade two cells till the two cells from on that edge to be unshaded, right? You have to unshade those two cells. Same way, one row or column away from the edge. So if you see the last second column or the first second column row, I mean, and last second row and the first second row, in that row as well or the column as well, you need to have two shaded cells away from each other by two cells, right? So if you have two shaded cells, you need to have two unshaded cells in between them. That I have covered in the earlier video also. So these are the tricks that will help us to solve the puzzle easily. So seeing these two now, we need to have two shaded cells in this region, right? What happens if I unshade this cell, right? So if I unshade this cell, you can see that I need to shade two cells from these three cells. So whatever way you shade these two cells, you will have a contradiction in the region. So what happens if I shade these two cells? You will have a cell that is stranded here. If I shade these two cells, you will still have a cell stranded here, and if I shade these two cells, you will have a loop that is a small loop forming here, a different loop. So you can have only a single non-intersecting loop in the whole grid. So you already have a small loop that is forming here, which is not possible, which means that this cell won't be unshaded and it has to be shaded, right? Which means that these two cells will have to be unshaded, and then we can form a loop here, right? So the unshaded cells have to be should be passed by the loop, and the shaded cells will not be passed by the loop. And okay, so if you see for the two, we can just unshade a few cells here, the middle cell of the X type of region which has a 2 in it, right? So if you shade this cell, all the other 4 cells will be unshaded, and then you will have only one cell shaded in that region instead of 2, right? So same way you can unshade this cell. So why is it the case? What happens if I shade this cell? If I shade this cell, these two cells will be shaded for the 2, and then you have a cell that is stranded, not passing by any of the loop segment, right? Which is not possible. So all the unshaded cells have to be passed by the loop segment. So which means that I have to unshade this cell. And do we get anything else here? Okay, which means that it's a great logic here. So you have to see the common cell logic here. In this puzzle particularly, you have a common cell logic, which means that we know that one of these two cells will have to be shaded. Both of them cannot be unshaded, right? So one of these two cells will have to be shaded, which means that this cell will be unshaded, the common cell. So if I shade this cell, both of these cells will be unshaded, right? So this is the common cell. Same way for these two cells, this is the common cell, right? One of these two cells will have to be shaded, which means this is unshaded. So one of these two will be shaded, which means this is unshaded. One of these two will be shaded, this is unshaded. One of these two will be shaded, which means this is unshaded, right? This is the common cell logic. And do we get anything else here? This puzzle, the smaller grid itself seems to be a very good one, a very tough puzzle. And if you see the theme, the numbers are only 0 and 2 with the 4 x's in the between, in middle of the grid. It's a great theme here. This is one of the old contests from the LMI, and Prasanna, being a very good author, excellent author, and one of the best author from India, he has constructed many puzzles from past many years back. So he has constructed many good puzzles. So I would really suggest you to check out the contest page. No, not getting anything here. Okay, that's a great logic here, excellent logic, I would say. Oh, so what happens if we unshade this cell here? Exactly. So if I unshade this cell, for these two, both of these cells will be shaded, and for this two, both of these cells will be, both of these cells will be shaded, and for these two, both of these cells will be shaded. Now what happens here is, we have 4 lines coming inside of this area, and all these 4 lines are intersected now. As you can see, these 4 lines will intersect each other, right? Which is not possible. What an excellent what an excellent breaking of this puzzle, I would say, right? Which means that this cell will have to be shaded, and it cannot be unshaded, which unshades this cell and shades these two cells, and unshades this cell, which indeed shades this cell, because we know that one of these two cells will have to be shaded, which makes that this cell will have to be shaded now. Excellent logic, excellent, I would say. So we can just continue the loop now, unshade this cell and continue the loop, right, this way. And okay, so which means that now, because of the loop continuation, this cell is a part of the loop, right? Which means that this can be unshaded and this can be shaded here, which makes this as unshaded. right? And it's okay, I'll just mark the tabs with the surface and the line edge. Just a second, guys. It's normal. Okay, yeah. So we will just continue the puzzle now. So for the 2 now, sorry, this cell was unshaded, sorry. So this cell was unshaded here, we didn't mark it as neglecting this cell. So this was unshaded, and let's see. So for these 2 now, right, so one of these 2 cells will have to be shaded and one of these 2 cells will have to be shaded, right? And okay, so this way, at this point of time, the logic that I said here earlier, that at the one row or column away from the edge, 2 shaded cells will have to have 2 unshaded cells between them, right? So that logic will surely help you to continue the puzzle here. Why is it the case? Because what happens if I shade this cell? Let us assume that I have shaded this cell, which means that one of these 2 cells will have to be shaded, and which has to be this. Now you have exactly one cell in between 2 shaded cells, which will contradict the puzzle. Why is it the case? Because you'll have the line here and it will either go up or down, which will make other cell as stranded, right? So which means that which means that this cell will not be shaded, and which will shade this cell and unshade all the other cells, and one of these 2 cells will have to be shaded. Now which will again shade this cell, because the only cell remaining in that region, and we can now continue the loop again this way. So the moment you continue the loop, it makes this cell as unshaded and this cell as shaded, right? And now then again, the loop has to continue this way, right? And I'll unshade all these cells. So here I can directly say that this line segment will meet this line segment, and this line segment will meet this line segment, because of the uniqueness trick, I would say. So I can directly say that this segment and this segment will meet each other at some point, and as well as this segment and this segment, because then the loop will close, and then we'll have to extend these loop segments to make sure that the loop segment does not close at early stage, right? So as you know that the puzzle is unique and has only one solution, I can directly mark this I can directly mark this as like this, right? But let us go with the logic. I would just explain you the trick. What I am doing here is, what happens if I close this loop segment? Then the loop segment will have to go this way, right? Which means that even if I close this loop segment at a next stage, it will still go like this, and it will not affect any of the puzzle rule, right? A puzzle property or any constraint, because there is no number here that has to be shaded or unshaded, which means that this loop segment and this loop segment will meet each other, right? So let us go by the logic here. Let us see if we get anything else here. And I think so these 2 should help us here, not sure yet. And okay, so I'll just unshade this cell, right? All the cells will be unshaded here, adjacent to the black cells. Okay, so one more logic that I would like to explain is 2 into 2 group of logic at an edge. So whenever you have a case that 2 into 2 group of cells at an edge will always have one shaded cell and not two, right? At anywhere in the grid in between, a 2 into 2 group of shaded cells can have two cells shaded. A 2 into 2 group of cells can have two cells shaded, but at an edge, right, at the edge of the grid, a 2 into 2 group of cells can have only one cell shaded and not two, because then one of the cells will surely be stranded here, right? Which means that one of these four cells will have to be shaded and one of these two cells will have to be shaded, right? And again, by the 2 into 2 group of logic, we can unshade this cell, because if I shade this cell, what happens is this cell will be shaded and this cell will be stranded here, right? So let's see if we get anything else with this logic now. And okay, nothing here from now. We are missing something very easy, I think. Okay. Okay, so if you see this, I cannot shade this cell now. A very narrow logic, I would say, like a very deep narrow logic. So if I shade this cell, what happens is I unshade both of these cells, and now I have a contradiction if I shade any of these two cells. So the second cell will have to be shaded. So if I shade this cell, this loop segment will go this way, because this cell have to be passed by the loop, and this cell as well. So the loop segment cannot go this way and this way, both ways at a time. It can either go this way, which will stranded this cell, right, or it can go this way, which will stranded this cell, right? So one of the possible combination is eliminated. The other combination is this again. What happens is, by again this logic, this loop segment will go this way, and you have this area not passed by any of the loop segment. You have only one loop segment coming here, and an odd number of loop segments cannot be in a closed area, right? Because that will not connect to any of the loop segments, right? So which means that both of the combinations or both of the possibilities of this cell being shaded are eliminated, and we have now one of these two cells are shaded, and one of these two cells are shaded, which means that as they are touching the edge of the grid, one cell away from the edge of the grid, we can unshade these two cells and this cell as well, right? And now again the edge logic, right? There has to be two unshaded cells between two shaded cells, one row or column away from the edge, which means that this cell will be unshaded and this cell will have to be shaded, which again give us the logic here. Now this has to go this way, which will have to connect this way like this, and now we have got the exact superb continuation, right? Now this cell will have to be unshaded, which makes these two cells are shaded and these two cells are unshaded, right? Excellent continuation of the puzzle, I would say. Excellent continuation, which means that this loop segment will have to go this way and this way, which shades this cell and unshades this cell, again this way, which shades this cell, and okay, so I cannot shade this cell now. If I shade this cell will be stranded now, because this will connect to this group and this cell will be stranded, right? Which means that I can directly shade this cell and unshade this cell, and it will go this way, right? So now you can see that this loop is closed here, which cannot meet this way, and it has to meet this way only, right? Excellent logic. So we have that we have solved that with the logical way, right? Instead of using the uniqueness thing, we have solved it logical way, right? And now this has to continue this way, which will shade this cell and unshade all these cells, and again it has to continue this way, unshade this cell, continue this way. So we are just continuing the loop where the cells are shaded, right, unshaded I mean to say, right. And now we know that this cell will be passed by the loop, and this loop segment cannot pass this loop segment. I mean to say this loop segment cannot come down. What happens is, if it comes down, it has to go towards the right or close, right. And if it closes, you have a single loop segment, smaller loop segment already closing, and if it goes towards the right, it will again close at a later stage, which means that this cannot come down and this will have to go up and go right, which means this will have to be shaded, and it is going up. Now this loop segment will not meet, right, unless it meets these two loop segments, right. So this loop segment will not meet each other for now, and we know that, oh, so this is not sure, right. This still can be shaded, I'm extremely sorry. This cell can still be shaded, right, we are not sure of it. Thank God we have found that at an earlier stage itself. So now what can be the continuation of the puzzle? Oh, thank God. So that was a great thing. Thank God that we have found that this loop segment, this cell will have to be that this loop segment we have shaded it at an earlier stage, but this has to be, I mean to say, we had unshaded this at an earlier stage, but this has to be a shaded cell. Now why this this cell will have to be a shaded cell, right? What happens if I unshade this cell? That's a very great look ahead of the puzzle. You have to just see what happens here. This will meet this loop segment, and now all of these cells will have to be part of the loop segment, and there is only one way, which means that we have already formed a closed loop here, and you have another loop forming here, right, which means that this cell will have to be a shaded cell, and now will have to be this way, right. Now only one region is pending here, that is the two cell region, and one cell is already shaded. One of these two cells will have to be shaded, and let us see if we get a contradiction here. What happens if I shade this cell? If I shade this cell, this loop segment will go this way, and not to connect here, this will go this way, and again we form a closed loop segment at an early stage itself, and we have another loop segment, which means that you cannot unshade this cell. This cell will have to be unshaded, and this cell will have to be shaded, and this will go down, this will go down, this will go this way, and this will go up, this will also go up. This cannot connect this way because you form a different loop segment. It has to go up and it has to connect this way. You have a shaded cell here. So we have completed this tremendous, excellent, awesome puzzle by Prasanna Seshadri called as Regional Yajilin. I hope you learned something from this puzzle, the tricks that are useful to solve the Regional Yajilin puzzle. I hope you enjoyed this video. So do like and comment if you want us to solve any other Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.